Hello and welcome to another live lesson at AM Language, with AM Language, actually. Hope you're all doing well. Today is going to be mobile phone language. Now, we have looked at this subject before, but we're going to look at it again, and we're going to try and develop the range of language that we can use when we are using our mobile phones. So we're going to look at that sort of thing. Evelina says, good afternoon, and good afternoon, Evelina. I'm just going to put my phone, funny enough, I'm just going to put my phone on silent. Okay. So Evelina, good afternoon. Arena F, good afternoon. And Bruno Okada, good afternoon. Welcome to today's lesson. Sergio as well, hello, good afternoon. And Leodina, good afternoon. We're all roughly on time today, actually, come to think of it. Rather punctual, actually. I mean, it's unusual for me to be right on time, bang on time, actually. But today I was, luckily. For those of you who had morning lessons, I hope you had a good lesson. Well, I hope you had good lessons. And I hope you are able to enjoy the afternoon. Let me know where you are in the world at the moment and what the weather is like. Here in Malta, it's very hot. Very hot, ideal for swimming, really. So, the nature of today, we're going to look at mobile phone language. We're going to look at, and we're going to look at some things. We're going to look at texting language, abbreviations. We're going to try and develop our range to do with that. We're also just going to have a little look, if we can, at trying to translate and understand what people are trying to say. Bruno Okada says in Japan, so in Japan it's very hot at the moment. Japan is very hot. Yep, I can believe that this time of year it should be. We'll give people a couple more minutes to join and then we will start. Just as a reminder, guys, if you're watching this later, fast forward maybe about 5 minutes. So you can then, it takes us about 5 minutes before we start watching. A quick reminder, another reminder is if you are interested in having lessons at AM Language, at the bottom of every video, we will always have in the description, you'll always find links to our social media sites and to our actual website, where you can actually talk to someone at AM Language. And you guys, if you want to actually have lessons, come to Malta, have lessons, you can do so. Alida, good afternoon. Welcome to today's lesson. I should say that at the moment, even despite COVID-19, I would say general English is still popular, which is good to see. General English is your it's your main type of lesson that you can find, that you can buy and pay lessons, and you can actually have lessons for. General English covers every single type of situation, be it social or sometimes work related. You get to really build up your ability to talk about a wide range of topics. So general English is still the most popular course. I'm very happy to say that our IELTS course is still doing very well. We actually have some students at the moment who are taking the IELTS exam, so good luck to them. IELTS is one of the most important international exams you could take if you want to go to university or if you want to get a working visa. And the other one, which is also popular, is our business English course, which is ideal for working professionals who want to develop their language within their sort of field. So those are still the most popular ones, and it's good to see. Okay, so we're about 5 minutes in, so let's begin with today's lesson. We're looking at texting language, mobile phone language. Now, just in case you're more, don't forget, guys, that mobile phone. Okay, mobile phone. That's obviously UK English. Don't forget that in America, in American, you would have something slightly different. You would have cell phone. Okay, so there are differences between UK English and US English, and mobile phone and cell phone as one of these differences. So let's get into it, and we're going to go straight off with something that we might have. I just want to see how many of the little ones that we looked at last time. So I'm just going to see how much we remember from last time, because I know some of you watching were actually watched a previous lesson on this one. So let's just remind ourselves. We've got IMO, for example. Let's see who here remembers that. And similar in terms of meaning. Let's just have a little look at this. So I'm just going to share these two, and let's see if you guys remember. If you need some memory, I'm going to give you a clue. It's to for them. The best way I'm going to say is, okay, so Leondino remembers. IMO, yes, IMO is in my opinion. Well done, Leondina. What about POV? Do any of you remember what POV meant? POV. And Leondina, well done. Yes, you remember point of view. Good, well done. So we've got IMO and POV for point of view. Well done. And I think a really important one that we can't forget. Let's go with. Now, some of you have actually used it with me actually on here, which is great to see. You've got this here. You've got two versions of it. You've got two versions of this one. Just think of what that would be. An X, and tnks. Okay. Thanks. Well done, Elida. Yes, well done. That is correct. Thanks has two types of abbreviations, THX and TNX. Stefano, welcome to the lesson. Good afternoon to you as well. Okay, let's go for one more that we looked at last time. And I think this is quite an important one. Certainly when it comes to technology, it's CMP. It's something you can do on your mobile phone. It's something you can do on a laptop, an iPad, a tablet. It's something to do with when you want to highlight something and share it. So you want to highlight something and then share it with someone, or maybe you want to share the information or the picture in a different document. You might do this with pictures. For example, you might want to highlight the picture, and then you want to put that picture from the internet onto something, let's say a Word document. Okay, let's see if you guys can remember this one. If not, I'll just remind you. It's a really important one. It usually happens when you hold down for a period of time and it highlights, and that we would have a specific word for that. And then you have the option to right click, for example. Copy and paste, says Arena F. Well done. That's exactly it. Perfect. So yes, C and P in texting language means copy and paste. So you copy the text and then you paste it. Leondina remembers as well. Well done. Excellent. Okay, so let's start off with this one. And I think this one is, I think we looked at quite a few things last time, so I don't want to try and end up looking at the same things. But let's go with, this one could be quite a good one actually to look at. Okay, so let's go for this. Oops, sorry, I need to do that again. Now this is important, this one here, and I'm going to, it's got two possible ways. You can write this in two possible ways. So I'm going to show you both of these ways, and then we're just going to have a little think of what this means, okay? So I'm going to put it into a context, and then I'm going to give you some options. So I'm going to go with the first one because I like using the number myself when writing in abbreviation format. So 4YEO, John is leaving the company at the end of next month. So does this mean A, for your eyes only, sorry, that should, for your eyes only, for your eyes only. So we need to think about, is it actually talking about a number or is it talking about a preposition? Or hey, Alejandra, good afternoon. Welcome to today's lesson. Or does it mean for your engine operations? Okay, so yeah, I think this is pretty obvious, which is why you guys are already getting the correct answer. So well done, Sergio, and well done, Irina F, for your eyes only. Now, when we use this, okay, for your eyes only, this means, of course, what does for your eyes only then mean? Okay, does it mean or does it mean or does it mean B? So does it mean A, you can share this information, or does it mean B, please keep this information to yourself, do not share? What do you think for your eyes only means when people say this? And yes, correct, Alida, Sergio, Irina F, well done. Yeah, this means B. So this is an important one. You can use this in different situations. You would use this if you're talking to a work colleague, maybe, but you can also use this in a social situation. And I'm now going to write, eventually we are going to write, eventually I am going to write a paragraph, and you guys need to try and introduce this abbreviation language to accurately translate the paragraph into texting language. So that's going to be what we're going to work towards today. So yes, Alida, Sergio, Elena F, Leondina, Evelina, Bruno, and Stefano. Well done. It's all B. So good. Well done. And just in case I forgot, welcome to the lesson today, Alejandro. Thank you for joining. Okay, so off to a good start. So let's go with this one. Now, I don't think we looked at this one last time, which is why I'm going to look at it this time. AFAIK. Okay, let's have a look at an actual example of it being used. Okay. Okay, so there's like some kind of continuation. What does this mean? Does it mean as far as I know? Or does it mean after I know? What do we think? AFAIK. As far as I know, as far as I know, as far as I know. Good. Okay, well done. Yeah, that wasn't too difficult, really. The options that I gave you, I think. Okay, so yeah, as far as I know. But what does this mean when we say as far as I know? Does it mean? So, yes, well done, guys. The answer to the first one is A, as far as I know. And does it mean, when we use this term, as far as I know, does it mean I know more but I can't say? Or does this mean this is as much as I know? Stefano has suggested, as far as I'm concerned. It's not actually the same thing. As far as I'm concerned, is different. If you say, as far as I am concerned, this means it's polite, but it's strong at the same time, saying this is what I think. We're not telling people what we think. We're telling people what we know in terms of background information. So Alida, Irina, Leondina, Evelina, yes, B is the correct one. This is saying this is much as I know. You're telling the person that you might not know the whole story as well. So you're not saying this is absolute. You're saying this is as much as information I know, and this is what I have heard, or this is what I have been told. Good, well done. Okay, let's look at one more, and then we'll have a little, just a little look to see what we're looking at. Okay. WFM. WFM. So, does it mean? Does it mean weather for the month? works for me. Or finally, or does it mean while for me? So Alida thinks it's B. So she's suggesting that it's works for me. You've got two other options, weather for the month and C, while for me. Evelina says it's also B as well. Let me know what you think. So we've got two votes for B, works for me. WFM. Leondina thinks it might be C. Maria Rojas. Buenas tardes. Good afternoon. Welcome to the lesson. Great to see you here. Sergio thinks it might be C. Okay, so we've got some ideas. We think it's either B or C, but definitely not A. Okay, for this one, the answer is in fact B, works for me. Okay, so how do we do it? How can we use it? Well, we can use it like this. The person A can say, person B said. So basically, works for me means yes. That's what works for me means. Maria says, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Maria. So works for me is an informal way of saying yes, sure, of course. Okay, good. We're doing well here. I think now this is an important one. So let's just go with this. And there might be some new language here as well. Okay. So person A, this is what was said in the message. Person B might say, they say anything after that, and person A replies EOT. So, what does EOT mean? Does it mean end of thread? Does it mean or does it mean end of text? End of thread or end of text? What do you think this one means? And this is actually going to be quite a hard one because I've only given you two options and both make sense. Both could make sense. However, there's only one that is correct. So let's see what you go for. And then if I need to explain more language, I will do. So Sergio has gone in first with A, which is end of thread, and we'll have a look at what that might mean. Elena F thinks B, Evelina thinks A, we've then got B, then Bruno says B, Alida says A. Okay, so it's 50-50 over here at the moment. Maria says B, and then Leondina says A. Okay, so you guys are quite split on this one, 50-50, and that's understandable. The actual answer is end of thread. Now, what is a thread? A thread in a thread, I'm going to write this down as well. A thread in texting language is the length of a conversation. There is an expression like it in Portuguese, says Sergio. Excellent. That's good to know. Feel free to share what it is in Portuguese. So a thread is a conversation in texting language on your phone. So when, or for that matter, on Facebook Messenger. So you will say something, the other person will say something, and this continues. And that's a conversation. So a thread is a texting conversation. Okay, I think that's the best way to put it. Texting conversation. Okay, so it's texting conversation in this context that we're looking at. End of text. To be honest with you, I don't know. When it comes to end of text, it does make sense. I can see why. But the example that we're going for here is thread. So end of the thread of conversation, which is why we go for EOT. Excellent. Well done, guys. So let's go for one more, and then I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to try and change things in the activity. And the last one I'm going to go with, okay, is this. HTH. Okay, so we can. Okay, so HTH, if I can help in the future, let me know. So what does HTH mean? Hope for help? Have the help? Or is it C? I haven't quite finished with this one. But, ooh, okay, I think someone has already thought of this. Evelina has beaten me to C, which was hope this helps. So, Evelina, maybe you are very good at texting language. Leondina comes in with C, also agreeing with hope this helps. And I might as well just tell you the answer here. Yes, Bruno Okada, you are also correct. Yep, the answer is C. Hope this helps. Okay, the fact I didn't even finish it, and and Evelina was very quick. Probably, I thought I came up with have the help. Might have sort of like confused you, but no, not at all. Okay, very good. Yes, Irina, you're correct. Alida, you're also correct. Okay, so some of you have some questions. I'll tell you exactly what they are. LOL, very important. It simply means laugh out loud because it is very funny. It is very funny. ASAP, very, very common and a good one to know, as soon as possible. Okay, so you might say, please do this ASAP, for example. Please do this as soon as possible. Okay. And Stefano, yes, hope this helps is correct. So let's just have a rethink of all the ones that we have done, that we've looked at today, before we get into our last and final and important activity. So let's just remind ourselves some of the ones that we looked at the very start of the lesson that we looked at at the time before. So we don't want to forget about those, okay? So you've got. So last time, just to recap, last time we looked at ones like I and O, POV, THX, and CAP. So in my opinion, point of view, thanks, and copy and paste. This time round, let's just have a quick reminder what we have looked at. Okay. So we have looked at For Your Eyes Only, which is also, I think, the name of a James Bond film, actually, with Roger Moore. For your eyes only, only for you. I do like James Bond. I'm not going to lie. I really do like James Bond. We've also got AFAIK, as far as I know. We've got, what else did we look for? Oh, WF. Then we have WFM, works for me. We also looked at EOT, end of thread, HDH, hope this helps, can't forget that one. And I'll include the last ones as well that we've just looked at, which was LOL and ASAP. Okay, so we've looked at quite a few today. I'm now going to write a sentence, and you guys need to change things around here in terms of, if I use, for instance, you need to abbreviate things, really. Okay, so you need to choose the best ones that you can use. And I'm going to leave some blanks as well. So let's see if you can complete this paragraph of texting. Okay. So let's go about it like this. Okay, so we can see the options that we need to look at up there. Okay, let's see if you guys can fill in the blanks. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 blanks here that you guys need to try and complete. And you need to try and choose the ones above. Now, don't forget, guys, you've got the options of the following. You've got IMO, which is in my opinion, POV, point of view, THX, which is thanks, C and P, which is copy and paste. So that was from the time before. And from this time, you've got the options of 4YEO or FYEO, which is for your eyes only. You got AFAIK, which is as far as I know. You've got WFM, works for me. EOT, end of thread. HTH, hope this helps. And LOL, which is laughing out loud. And finally, ASAP or ASAP, some people like to say, which is as soon as possible. Now, you've only got 4 options. So you need to think carefully of which ones work. Now, in some cases, there might be more than one correct answer. But let's see if you guys can think of what makes sense. Now, I've tried to give some ideas here as well in terms of a little idea of what the abbreviation you need to go with by the context. So read the context carefully, and let's see if you guys can come up with the correct answer. Alida says they were have or they were having. Let's see, what did I write? They were, oh, sorry, actually, you are absolutely correct. Thank you for pointing that out. That should be they were having. I'll tell you what, I'll redo that because we can't have a mistake over there. Thank you for letting me know. So let's change that. Okay, so yes, thank you. Yes, it should read they were having problems, not they were have problems. They were having problems. So something, she thought he wanted to break up. Something, they were having problems in their relationship. By the way, something, so don't tell anyone. And then finally, she sent me this thread. What you can see is something. So that should give you an idea of what you're looking for. Okay. Feel free to start telling me which ones you think. And then if you want to try, and after this, if you want to try and come up with your own one, you can do. Now, this sort of language you won't learn. In fact, you won't typically learn actually when you're having lessons. It's not something that is concentrated on, but it is important. Having lessons such as this one is very useful because this language is now used. It's become part of the English language when texting, and I'm sure in your own language you have very similar sort of abbreviations. They are important to know because people use them, and by knowing them, it will help you be able to communicate. Now, not everybody knows all of these abbreviations, but some of these abbreviations are a must know. And that is why having a lesson like this is a great opportunity for you guys to know about texting language. It's its own part of the English language, but you don't see them in textbooks very often. Maybe in the future, textbooks coming out with a focus on these sort of actions. Let's see what you guys come out with. So you got the if you're which one? I'm going to give you a clue. It's to do. You need to look at the examples from last time. So it's either going to be IMO, POV, THX, or C and P. So that's the first of those four. The second one. Okay, so let's see. Sergio has come in. I mean, this automatically. I think maybe this works. So as far as I know, it's only one. Yeah, the first one is the only one where I personally thought that you could have some an abbreviation from the previous one. But let's see. Feel free to play around. You might find something that I didn't actually think of. So Sergio says, as far as I know, she thought he wanted to break up. That does work. As soon as possible, they were having problems in their relationship. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. For your eyes only, I think that just needs to be a Y instead of a U. For your eyes only, by the way, for your eyes only, don't tell anyone, end of. And finally, what you can see is end of thread. Okay, that actually does work. It's not the answer I had in mind, but Sergio, well done. That does work. Steph, Alida, it's only one. Yeah, the first one is the only one when I wrote this where I thought you could have something from the previous time, like IMO or POV, for example. Sergio, yes, I can see you corrected the typo. Stefano says IMO. So in my opinion, she thought he wanted to break up. As far as I know, they were having problems in their relationship. By the way, for your eyes only, so don't tell anyone, she sent me this thread. What you can see is end of thread. Okay, Alida has gone in with, as far as I know, she thought he wanted to break up. In my opinion, they were having problems in their relationship. By the way, for your eyes only, she sent me this thread. What you can see is end of thread. Okay, excellent. I thought this would be the case. There are definitely more than one possible answers for each of these blanks, especially the first two. The first two you have a lot of room to play around with. So Sergio, your one works. Stefano, your one works. Alida, well done. Your one works as well. So really well done. Good stuff. And my suggestion to you guys is just like when you learn new words, don't try and learn as many things at the same time. Pick, a good amount, maybe what we call a handful, which is like 3 or 5 examples, or 3 words, 5 words. Okay, that okay, you can, let's say you're going to pick 5, or if you're going to pick 3, and you're going to think to yourself, okay, I want to start using them. I'm going to add them to my dictionary, texting dictionary in this case, and I'm going to try and fit them into conversation. Now, the person that I'm talking to might not know what it means. So in brackets, I will explain what it means. But the best way for this to become part of your language is for you to start using it. And and the thing about texting language is you can use this straight away. So if you feel free, go ahead, talk to someone that you can communicate with in English, and try out this language as well. The best way for language to become part of your language is to use it, and don't be afraid to make mistakes as well. So really well done. So guys, a really big thank you to today. I think you all did really well. Thank you very much, Alida, Sergio, Stefano, Irina F, Bruno Arcada, Leondina, Evelina, Maria Rojas, I've said Bruno, Alejandra. I think that's everyone who participated in today's lesson. I've mentioned Leondina as well, and Evelina. So in case I haven't mentioned your name, a big thank you to you guys in the live chat. Really well done for today. Anyone else watching, thank you very much for joining the lesson. Please make sure that you like the video if you enjoyed the lesson today. Please subscribe if you're new, and share the channel with people you know who want to learn English. Sergio says, press the like, everyone. Yes, well done, Sergio. I agree. So thank you very much, Sergio. You're welcome. You too, Arena. Thank you very much. You too as well, Maria. Evelina says, bye. You're welcome, Evelina. Ah, very good, Alida. Alida. THX, see you. Thanks, see you. Nicely done with the texting language there. You too, Leondina. Thank you very much for joining the lesson today. I will be back tomorrow, guys, at the same time. Just to remind you guys what the lesson is tomorrow. Tomorrow's lesson at 4 o'clock is going to be pronouns. Yes, make sure you use the right one. So that's what we will look at tomorrow. Thank you very much, guys. Take care. Have a great evening, and I'll see you guys tomorrow at 4 o'clock. And bye for now.